My cute friend. Here we go. Everybody meet my cute friend, John.
Hey, guys. So my name's John Furneaux. This is my colleague, Julie Hammers, and we're going to share with you my cute friend. So I'm going to start with a little story. This is my friend, Ashley. So Ashley's a young woman in the city, and like many of her friends, she's looking for somebody fun to date and hang out with. There's a really simple problem. Ashley hates online dating, and so do many of her friends. And that's for two very simple reasons. Those reasons are, number one, that I'm going to wait for this slide to move.
Okay, Tyler, get in there. Technical support on the way. And while we fix that, let me ask the judges of the companies you've seen so far, which one has been your favorite?
AdStage. It's so useful. I will sign up tomorrow.
It's the first time
we all agree. I can't believe
That's
it.
the first time I've heard everybody say the same company all at the same time. It's very good. Okay, my cute friend, continue.
We're back. Thank you, Macintosh. I was told would be very reliable. So, meet Ashley. So, Ashley hates online dating. If you push on one, and there's two key reasons why. Number one, online dating is absolutely jam-packed with creepy guys. Guys that look like this guy. And the second guy who I love, who is a self-proclaimed sex addict. If you can explain to me what that is, I'd love to find out. So, problem number one, creepy guys. Problem number two, she gets bombarded with messages, and these messages lack a certain sense of romance. This guy wants to douse her in green paint and spank her like a disobedient avocado, and this other one makes a truly not safe for work offer, which she politely declines. So, how can we help Ashley out with these two problems, creepy guys and lots of messages? Well, Ashley gets told about my cute friend. So let's take a look how this works. So when Ashley joins my cute friend, there's one unusual thing we ask for, and that is, Ashley, tell us 3 guys from your personal life who you would recommend to your girl buddies as a fantastic guy to date. A real catch, a gem. So she looks through and she's like, yeah, so Alex is really great, actually. He's a really sporty guy, really fun. Dan's great, and Mark's a great guy. And those requests go out to those guys. And now what we ask her for is, not in lots of words, just pick out the qualities that really make these guys stand out for you. So maybe they're particularly ambitious, or they're in great shape, or they're really funny, or they're a great writer, or a great journalist, whatever else it might be. And that's the end of that piece. So she's told us those 3 guys she loves and why they're great. Now we ask her, for a guy you're looking in, what's your kind of height range you're looking for, and what age range you're looking for? And that's the kind of must-have for women. And then the last piece is to give a profile picture and some basic details, so her own height and her own age. So as you can see, that's taken us, like 30 seconds. So now she's into my cute friend. But of course, here's the twist, because all the guys she's now looking at are the guys that other women say are the best guys they know in their life. So these aren't just photos of random dudes. She knows that there's a woman out there who, this is one of the top 3 guys that she says that they should date. And now we get to the second piece. So she can see on the back, she can see what the 3 qualities are that they're rated for, and that gives her a little bit of a flavor as to that guy. And now for a guy she likes. So say she looks at Daniel and thinks, that's a cool jacket. He's funny and he's geeky. Awesome, that's my kind of guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock Daniel. Now, unless she unlocks Daniel, Daniel can't even see her. She's invisible until she unlocks these guys. And that solves our second problem of spam messages. So Daniel gets the message from her, and Daniel then has the opportunity to pay $1 to accept the introduction. The difference here, of course, is that dating is normally spray and pray. Guys send out 50 messages, not expecting many results back. But here, he knows that Ashley's interested in him. So he's massively incentivized to take the choice to pay that $1 and speak to her. And here we go. There's a message from Daniel. What's he going to say? Hopefully something nice. Hey, Ashley, happy Tuesday. And then Ash can then communicate back. So as you can see, the big difference here is this is not about a vast numbers game. This is about finding people that are great online, choosing the best guys, and only getting message from the guys that you are most interested in. So from Ashley's point of view, why will she tell all her friends to join my cute friend? Only the best guys, because that's the only way you can get in, is by a woman as a great guy. And secondly, no spam whatsoever. Every time her phone goes with a my cute friend message, she knows it's from a guy that she specifically thinks is great, and another woman thinks is great too. So we are My Cute Friend. We'll be on both Android and iOS this month. We'd love you to stop by at mycutefriend.com. Thank you very much for listening. Judges, I would love to take your questions.
It's a great idea. My next door neighbor used to run Yahoo Dating, and they make a lot of money with dating. And this is takes it into the mobile age, and takes it in the social proof age, and takes it into a whole new area. I really like the idea.
Thank you, Robert.
I should abstain. I'm so far out of your target demographic. But like all investors, I'll still give an opinion. When you have one called My Old Married Friend, then I'll probably jump in. But my worry on it is, will it live up to the promise? Because each of the creepy guys you used in the start of the presentation probably have friends who think they're great, right? They're creepy when they get onto some of these platforms and they're anonymous, but they probably have good friends who like them and may recommend them into the system. So you may have to find yourself having to curate things, and that may be a very difficult role to play to live up to the My Cute Friend name.
Is there a way for a woman to say this guy is over the top, got through the system somehow and is creeping me out?
Yeah, absolutely.
And does it remove all 3 guys that woman put into the system?
That's a great build.
Very good.
An unreliable woman. So what happens right now is you can...
Well, you know the system's going to be gamed, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
come on.
Well, so one point there is that the women that we have on My Cute Friend, when they sign up, they need to have at least 40 friends on Facebook and have a profile that's more than a year old. And that allows us to reduce the number of people that are gaming the guys into the system. Sure. I absolutely take your point. It's far from foolproof, and people have different judgments about what a great guy is. But from our point of view, if I were sending one of my friends out on a date and I had the choice between a random guy that says he's great and a guy that one of my girl buddies says is great, I know which guy I think she was more likely to have fun with.
But if you're using the Facebook graph, wouldn't a really simple way to do that is say, I really only want to see guys that my actual friends have said yes, because it's likely that I can trust them?
Sure, I think that's a great point. So one of the ideas we had was to include the Facebook kind of social proof point if they are within one connection. We've seen other sites choose to do that, and we believe that it does limit to some extent the number of people you're going to get in that group, because of course all the women in San Francisco is very different from the women who are but one removed from me in San Francisco.
So one other question though. So all your revenue is hinging on one moment in time, which is when that man gets the notification that this woman wants to contact him. And I'm just curious, have you thought through the mechanic of that?
Are you not going to pay the buck if a cool-looking woman asks
to
talk
married,
to you?
So no. Well, I'm married, so no. But that's a question, right? All your revenue comes from that moment. So what happens?
Here's a hypothesis. If you are on a normal dating site, you will generally need to bring money up front to join the site monthly, for example, before you even get the chance to find out whether there's anyone there that you particularly like and interact with them. Here, what's happening is you know there's an expression of interest from this specific individual to you, and you know it's a quality site and a quality experience. You're there because you're a guy who's been recommended by women. So when that message comes in, this isn't just another girl on a dating site. This is a specific individual who's shown an interest in you personally. I feel like, especially in a world where in-app purchase has become so much more seamless than it used to be, that's a hell of a temptation, because otherwise I can't chat to her, and it's only $1 away.
Yeah, okay, fair point.
I'm sure you've tested this with a small group of people. What have you learned from doing that test?
That's a great question. So the guys always press the $1.
Of course they do. We're very predictable, aren't we?
The other thing is, of course, it's asynchronous. They don't have to press that $1 at the moment that message comes in. They can be going home on the bus, or they can be, come back from the movies or whatever. They're sat there and they're like, oh, didn't that girl message me? I'll go and have a look. Remember, they can only speak with her if they pay that $1. So we've got plenty of time to play with them to make that decision after the point.
But do they have to have the app as well?
It's a great question. So yes, they do have to have the app. Because for...
But if they don't know they're getting recommended, then they might not have it.
So they have to find recommended for
Yeah.
privacy policy. So a guy has to accept his recommendation into My Cute Friend, so he will be aware he's on the site.
And kind of on that note,
Every app that uses Facebook, like Highlight and stuff like that, has some detractors to it. And people who say, I will never, ever use an app that uses Facebook. Are you feeling that pushback at all? And is that worrying you?
So there's a couple of things you can do, I think, to avoid that. Number one is you never post anything to Facebook, so you don't get any of the kind of spam, fear, whatever else. And number two, you identify yourself as a luxury, high-end brand, a great experience, a great user experience, something that looks good. And I think if you do that, you can keep yourself out of the kind of segment of the kind of spammy feeling experiences.
Let's hear it for, oh, you want to do one more? Go ahead.
I'm just going to say, so on the topic of unreliable women, I didn't say that, you did. Do the women get a chance to see who the women are that are making the recommendations?
You see, that's really interesting. So I originally had the idea that you'd be able to see who had recommended each guy, for example. But I'm told by the kind of focus group of women that I was speaking to that actually it's quite intimidating to know that this guy has this woman stood behind him, and they prefer the anonymity of knowing that he was recommended, but not to be presented with the woman who recommends him.
Why is that?
I think they felt that there was an implication of, you know, it could be like an ex-partner, or it could be somebody who's a detective of him or whatever else. So they'd rather just know this guy's great.
Or you just don't want
tell me
others to know you think that way about another person.
Yeah, oh, there could be some gaming going on here, though. I could be like, I'm going to recommend the people who I don't like. Put in, like, I mean, there could be some game dynamics here. It's a sort of prisoner's dilemma kind of.
Jason, you're assuming you're going to get invited into this.
I'm not, I have no. Probably not going to. All right,
Is
let's hear it.
there going to be a my not cute friends, you know,
Yeah.
for guys who look like
so.
me?
I
You know?
hope so.
My,
Very much.
my really funny friend who's not very cute. Just get that for Robert. That could be our startup weekend project. Let's hear it for my cute friend. Well done. And